This is it, what? Cohiba lit, what? We got that yak up in the cup and getting bent, what? Put some smoke in the air, this your shit, what? And raise your glasses if everything classic. This is it, what? That Chiba lit, what? You got some drink up in your cup and getting bent, what? So put some smoke in the air, this your shit, what? And raise your glasses if everything classic.
You were tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. Now, you know, I'm roaming the Twitter streets, the Twitter boxing streets, and I see Jermell Charlo making comments about Demetrius Andrade. Then I go to Demetrius Andrade page. He's making comments about Jermell Charlo. And, you know, it's always been a back and forth between Charlo and Andrade. Jermell Charlo, and Demetrius Andrade. We all know the story about what happened back in 2014, 2015. Bottom line is Demetrius Andrade made a bad decision from a business standpoint. We all know the story. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know the story, go look it up, because I'm not explaining that shit in this video. It's going to take too long. Now, after that happened, Jermell Charlo and Demetrius Andrade was supposed to fight years ago, and it ended up not happening. Jermell Charlo basically said they would never fight Demetrius Andrade, period, because of what happened. And I'm pretty sure Al Heyman probably was like, you know what, because of what happened, I'm not giving Demetrius Andrade the light of day. If that's how they feel, then cool. What happened from the business side, did it look like Andrade could have handled things differently? From the outside looking in, it looked like, yes, he could have handled things a lot different. You know what I'm saying? But we are in 2021. We're in 2021. Jermell Charlo is a champion. Jermell Charlo is a champion. Demetrius Andrade is still a champion. I just found it interesting that Jermell Charlo was the one that was taking the shots at Demetrius Andrade and not Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is at 154 pounds. He has 3 of the 4 belts at 154 pounds. He has a unification, undisputed fight against Brian Castano coming very soon. And if he wins that fight, I think Jermell Charlo needs to be on people's pound for pound list. Now, my bro BoxingFirst Vlog, I think Jermell Charlo might be number 1 on his pound for pound list. Like, big shout out to my boy BoxingFirst Vlog. I don't know if Jermell Charlo has Jermell Charlo number 1 on his pound for pound list, but that's neither here nor there, though. We'll get into that another time. But Jermell Charlo has big problems coming up with Brian Castano. That's not no gimme fight. Brian Castano is very skilled, very talented, has a style that can give Jermell Charlo plenty problems. So he got his own issues to handle. I was just surprised Jermell Charlo was the one talking trash, and it wasn't Jermell, because Jermell is the one that has a belt at 160, not Jermell. Jermell is the one that can sign up to fight Demetrius Andrade, not Jermell. Jermell is the one that needs a big opponent, not Jermell. Jermell Charlo can get into a unification fight with Demetrius Andrade, and that's a legacy fight, not Jermell. So it kind of just threw me off, and I was like, damn, is this Jermell's account that's talking trash and not Jermell? I said, I was tripping, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, let me look at the picture, and I forgot they was twins and shit. Like, I forgot they was twins. I said, nah, I can't do that. Whose account is this? And then when I seen it was twin Charlo, I was just like, okay, this is Jermell Charlo. This is the 154-pound champ talking about the 160-pound champ. I'm like, he needs to forward all of those messages to Jermell, and Jermell needs to put them on his Twitter and actually say that stuff against Demetrius Andrade. I just found it funny. And then, you know, Demetrius Andrade, he took his shots, and Eddie Hearn got into it. He was just like, yo, like, send an offer. He was like, send an offer. He's willing to make the fight. But it's been a back and forth with the Charlos and Andrade anyway. And listen, I don't mind a little trash talk. I mean, hell, I talk trash with people when it comes down to the sport of boxing. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you don't take it personal, there's nothing wrong with it. My thing is this. If Jermell Charlo knows, and Jermell Charlo knows, if Al Heyman knows that that fight is never going to happen. They will never negotiate a fight with Demetrius Andrade. Why even talk trash? Why even talk trash at this point? Why even talk trash at this point? Like, why tease the boxing public? Like, that's how I look at it. I'm like, if Jermell Charlo knows he's never going to step into the ring with Demetrius Andrade for moral reasons because of what happened back in 2014, then don't tease us like it can happen. Same thing with Jermell Charlo. Like, Jermell Charlo shouldn't say anything about Demetrius Andrade if he know for a fact he's not going to jump in the ring with him, or Al Heyman's not going to sign off on it. Like, don't tease the boxing public. And as far as Demetrius Andrade is concerned, Demetrius Andrade, he just needs a big fight, period. It don't matter if it's a guy at 154, 160, 168. Demetrius Andrade need to do whatever he need to do to get a big fight, period. But Demetrius Andrade is the one that made the error back in 2014. So Demetrius Andrade calling out the Charlos, I mean, even if he knows that that fight is never going to happen, or neither one of those fights is not going to happen, he shouldn't be saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shouldn't be saying nothing. But I'm inside the sport of boxing in a sense, so I know for a fact, I'm like, Al Heyman not signing off on that. Like, once you cross Al Heyman, it's a wrap. He's not going to be like, oh, everything's okay, come on back in the fold. Like, nah. It's only one person that's really crossed Al Heyman, like, went away from the stable, and you ain't heard from him since, and that was Vanez Martirosyan. Like, he left Al Heyman, he couldn't get a fight since. Like, he's been blackballed. You know what I'm saying? So it's a price you got to pay when you cross Al Heyman, or you just don't agree with Al Heyman from a business standpoint. So no, I don't think Jermell Charlo is going to ever fight Demetrius Andrade. No, I don't think Jermell Charlo is going to ever fight Demetrius Andrade. And it's not because of the fact that they have these strict moral standards. I just think they know that Al Heyman's not going to sign off on it. And when you're signed under Al Heyman, as much as they say they are bosses, this, that, and the third, Al Heyman has to sign off on whatever they do inside of the ring. And when it comes down to the sport of boxing, Al Heyman's not going to sign off on that. And when it comes down to it with Demetrius Andrade, I'm going to keep it all the way 100. Demetrius Andrade had an opportunity to get out of that DAZN contract. He had an opportunity to get out of that DAZN contract, and he could have signed with Al Heyman flat out. Now, would they have guaranteed him either Charlo? I don't know. But it damn sure would have put him in a better position. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it from Andrade's end as well. Like, he could have just signed with PBC. But, you know, it's good to see good trash talk. Don't get me wrong. It's good to see good trash talk. It's just with these guys talking, because it's such a long history between them, and I know for a fact that Al Heyman's not going to sign off on that fight. Either one of the Charlos fighting against Andrade, unless Andrade was under the PBC banner. It's kind of just pointless trash talk. Like, I can't even really get hype about it. I can't really get hype about it, because it's like, I know it ain't happening. I know it's not happening, man. So I don't want to spend my time and spend my energy on this particular situation. To be honest with you, I'm spending too long on this goddamn video on this topic, man. But I just wanted to bring it up just to see what y'all think. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.